Hi class, so here I have Word 3A about to start. So don't forget you have 3 attempts to submit each project. So you'll click on Start. Okay, make sure you download your instructions. And I think it's best if you print it out. It's easier, so you make sure that you don't miss any steps. Okay, and let's open up this starting file. Okay, I'm going to enable editing. And I also need to change this to my name and the number 2. Okay, and click on Save. Okay, project step 1 says that we're writing a business letter to a consultant who might help us start a business. To fit more text on a single page, we're changing the document margins to moderate. Okay, so you can click on your Layout tab. Okay, and click on Margins. Okay, and your 1-inch or your moderate margins have a 1-inch top and bottom, and 3/4 inch on the left and right sides. Okay, so already you'll notice that the margins here are smaller now. Okay, and then it says that we need to change the theme. So you'll click on your Design tab. Click on Themes. And let's see, it says to use Office. So find Office. Okay, and you'll notice that it actually changed the font type here as well. Next, number 3 says insert a round diagonal corner rectangle from our rectangle section of our Shapes gallery. So you're clicking on Insert. In your Illustrations group, click on Shapes. And our round diagonal corner, where is this? Okay, diagonal corner is rounded. Okay, and it says at the beginning of the document. So you can just click once up here at the top. And we also need to resize the shape. So whenever you're working with objects in Word, your size is always going to be in your Format tab and on the top right. So the height needs to be changed to 0.75. Okay, and a width of 6.4. So you type in 6.4 and hit Enter. Okay, and now letter C says to set the position of the shape to position in top left with square text wrapping. That means you'll click on your position button. Depending on your format of your Microsoft Word, this position button might be larger, but you should still see the word position. Okay, and let's see. Top left with square wrapping. So click the first one. Okay, and then it says to change the text wrapping to top and bottom. So now you'll click on Wrap Text, and then click on Top and Bottom. Okay, now letter E says to change the shape style to the Moderate Effect, Orange Accent 2. Okay, so make sure that you still have this selected. Then you'll click on Shape Effects. I'm sorry, not Shape Effects. You'll click the down arrow with the line above it, which is your More button right here. And again, Moderate Effect, Orange Accent 2. Okay, so if you hover your mouse over it, you should see a little screen tip that says Moderate Effect Orange Accent 2, and you can select it once. Okay, then it says to add the text, the orange whisk to the shape. Okay, and then we need to change the font size. So select what you just typed, and we're changing that to 28 point font. So type in 28 and hit your enter key. Okay, now we can move on to number 4A, which says to resize the picture to 75% of its original size. So we'll make sure that we have this selected. Okay, and next you can go back up to your size group and then click on your size dialog box launcher. Okay, right now your scale is set to 140 height and width of 140. And let's change this to 75 and hit your tab key, so that way it changes, or it scales it down to 75% for each height and width. And then click your OK button. Okay, so it decreased the size of our whisk, and next it says to recolor the picture using Orange Accent 2 Color Dark. Again, make sure that your whisk is still selected. Okay, now you go to your Adjust group, click on Color. Okay, and we're going down to Recolor, because the instructions say to recolor it. And this is our Orange Accent 2, or Accent Color Dark. So click once. Okay, and that just changes the background of our picture. Okay, next for C, it says to add an Orange Accent 2 border to the picture. Okay, so you'll click on Picture Border. And Orange Accent 2 is the top one here, the top orange. Okay, and next letter D says to change the text wrapping to square. So it's already selected. You go to Wrap Text and then click on Square. So this will actually allow us to move our picture around later on. Okay, and it says to move the picture to the right of the round diagonal corner rectangle as shown in Figure 1 below. Okay, so you're just moving it to the right, okay, of the orange whisk. Okay, and it should be aligned nicely next to it. Okay, next number 5 says in the address line 280 Silver Road. Okay, to insert a space after the phone number. And to insert a symbol. So let's go to your Insert tab, click on Symbol, go down to More Symbols. Okay, make sure you change your font to symbol. And here it says the character code is 183. And it should highlight it in blue now. So change your font to symbol again, and then character code 183. And insert and close. Okay, so that inserted that bullet symbol. And now we need to change our orangewhiskcengage.com to regular text. So you can right click over that hyperlink and then click on Remove Hyperlink. Okay, and that just removes the automatic hyperlink. Okay, number 7 says to apply the default bottom border to the address line paragraph. Okay, so here's our address line paragraph. You go up to your Design tab, click on Page Borders. Okay, we don't want to do a page border though, so we're going to do a normal border. So click on Border, make sure you have this first style selected, click on the bottom section here. So you should see a thin black line. Make sure it says apply to paragraph and then click OK. Okay, so now you have a nice straight line separating the business address from the rest of your letter. Okay, now number 8 says to add a left tab stop at the 4 inch to date the line November 2nd, 2017. Okay, so let's click in front of November, and here's your 4 inch. So it's easiest if you click on the bottom half directly on the number 4, and you should see a little L indicating that it's a left tab stop. Okay, and now just hit your tab key. So that automatically tabs your November 2nd all the way to the 4 inch mark. Okay, next number 9 says to merge the 2 cells in the first row of the orange whisk. Okay, startup finances table. So even though you don't see it, this table actually has a line in between. So you'll select straight across. You go up to your table tools layout tab. Go to your merge group and click on merge cells. Okay, so now it looks we merged both cells into one, and it looks a little bit better. Okay, and then we also need to center. So you go to your home tab and click on center. Okay, next number 10 says to change the font to Calibri Light for the text in the second row of the table. So that's type and amount. Okay, and we're changing it from Calibri to Calibri Light. Okay, and then it says to add a new row to the bottom of the table. So you can click once on investment. And if you move your cursor to the bottom left here, you should see a plus sign. So click once on that plus sign to insert a new row. Okay, you can type in funding. Okay, and then $56,806. Okay, next number 12 says in the blank paragraph near the bottom of the page. Okay, after the paragraph, I have recently completed. Here you're going to insert a table with 2 columns and 4 rows. So that's your insert tab. Click on table. So 2 columns is 2 across, 4 rows is 4 down. So it should say 2 by 4 table. Okay, and you're going to type in category, percent of market. So again, make sure that you type it in exactly how it is in your instruction sheet. Okay, so here is our table, and it says to format it with the Grid 4 Accent 2 style. So here's your table styles. Let's click your More button. So it's a Grid Table Accent 4, or Grid Table 4, let's see, Accent 2. Okay, so again, just hover your mouse over them until you see the screen tip that shows the correct table style. And you can select it. Okay, then it says to use the auto fit. So I'm just going to make sure that this is selected by clicking your table handle. Go to your Table Tools Layout tab, click on Auto Fit, and it says Auto Fit Contents. Okay, then we are centering the text in column 2, rows 2 to 4, so that's 59% down to 22%. And we're also centering the table on the page. So select the table here and click your center button here. Okay, lastly, we're formatting this W here. So click on it once, go to your Format tab, change the height to 0.5, crop that to 0.75, and then lastly you'll change the color.